Practice English job interview conversations. Dialogue 1. Recent graduate applying for an entry-level marketing position.
Good morning. I'm John, the marketing manager here at Tech Solutions. Thanks for coming in today.
Good morning, John. I'm Sarah. It's a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for this opportunity.
How was your commute this morning? I hope traffic wasn't too bad.
It wasn't bad at all. I actually enjoyed the drive. It gave me time to gather my thoughts.
That's great to hear. So, Sarah, tell me a bit about your educational background.
I recently graduated from State University with a bachelor's degree in marketing and a minor in digital media.
Impressive. How do you think your studies have prepared you for this role?
My coursework involved several practical projects that mirror real-world marketing scenarios.
Could you give me an example of one of these projects?
Sure. We developed a full marketing campaign for a local startup, including digital and traditional strategies.
That sounds relevant to what we do here. Can you walk me through your process for that project?
Of course. We started with market research, identified our target audience, then crafted messaging and chose appropriate channels.
Excellent. Now, this position requires strong analytical skills. How would you rate yourself in that area?
I'd say it's one of my strengths. I'm proficient in data analysis tools and enjoy finding insights in complex datasets.
Can you tell me about a time when you had to solve a difficult problem in a team setting?
During my internship last summer, our team faced a challenge with a social media campaign that wasn't performing well.
How did you approach that situation?
I suggested we analyze our engagement metrics more closely. We discovered our posting times weren't optimal for our audience.
That's a great example of problem solving. How familiar are you with our company, Tech Solutions?
I've done my research. I know you're a leader in B2B software solutions, with a focus on AI and machine learning applications.
That's correct. What interests you most about working here?
I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to marketing cutting-edge technology and learn from industry experts.
Where do you see yourself professionally in 5 years?
I aim to grow into a senior marketing role, possibly leading a team and shaping marketing strategies for innovative products.
That aligns well with our growth plans. What would you say is your greatest strength?
I'd say my creativity combined with my analytical skills. I can generate innovative ideas and back them up with data.
And what about areas where you feel you need improvement?
I'm working on enhancing my public speaking skills. I've joined a local Toastmasters club to practice regularly.
That's a great initiative. Now, let's talk about compensation. What are your salary expectations for this role?
Based on my research and the job requirements, I'm looking for a salary in the range of $50,000 to $60,000 annually.
That's within our range for this position. Do you have any questions about the role or the company?
Yes, I'm curious about the team structure. How many people would I be working with directly?
You'd be part of a 6-person team, working closely with designers, content creators, and data analysts.
That sounds great. Can you tell me more about the company culture here at Tech Solutions?
We pride ourselves on fostering innovation, collaboration, and work-life balance. We have regular team-building events and flexible working hours.
That's exactly the kind of environment I'm looking for. Are there opportunities for professional development?
Absolutely. We offer various training programs and encourage employees to attend industry conferences.
That's fantastic. What's the next step in the hiring process?
We'll be making decisions by the end of next week. If selected, you'll have a final round with our CMO.
Thank you for explaining that. Is there anything else you'd like to know about me?
I think we've covered everything. Do you have any final questions for me?
Just one. What do you enjoy most about working here at Tech Solutions?
I love the constant innovation and the supportive team environment. It's never a dull day here.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for your time and for considering me for this position.
Thank you, Sarah. It was a pleasure meeting you. We'll be in touch soon with our decision.
Dialogue 2. Experienced software developer applying for a senior role.
Hello, I'm Mike, the lead developer here at Cloud Tech. Welcome to our office.
Hi, Mike. I'm Emily. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
The pleasure's ours. How are you finding our new office building?
It's impressive. The open layout and collaborative spaces caught my eye.
Glad you like it. So, Emily, could you walk me through your professional journey?
Certainly. I have a master's in computer science and have been coding professionally for 8 years now.
That's a solid background. What programming languages are you most comfortable with?
I'm proficient in Java, Python, and JavaScript, with experience in both front-end and back-end development.
Impressive range. Can you tell me about a challenging project you've worked on recently?
Sure. In my current role, I led the development of a real-time data processing system for a major e-commerce platform.
That sounds complex. What were some of the main challenges you faced?
The biggest challenge was ensuring scalability to handle millions of transactions during peak shopping periods.
How did you approach that problem?
We implemented a microservices architecture and used Apache Kafka for stream processing to manage the load efficiently.
That's a smart solution. How do you stay updated with the latest tech trends?
I regularly attend tech conferences, participate in online coding challenges, and contribute to open source projects.
That's great. Now, this role involves leading a team. Can you share your leadership experience?
In my current position, I mentor junior developers and have led teams of up to 8 people on various projects.
How would you describe your leadership style?
I believe in leading by example, fostering open communication, and empowering team members to take ownership of their work.
That aligns well with our culture. Speaking of which, what do you know about cloud tech?
I've been following your work in cloud-native solutions. Your recent blockchain integration project particularly impressed me.
You've done your homework. What interests you most about joining our team?
I'm excited about the opportunity to work on cutting-edge cloud technologies and contribute to innovative solutions.
Where do you see your career heading in the next few years?
I aim to grow into a technical architect role, shaping the overall technical direction of major projects.
That's ambitious. What would you say is your biggest strength as a developer?
I'd say my ability to see the big picture while still paying attention to code-level details.
And what's an area where you feel you could improve?
I'm always working on enhancing my skills in DevOps practices to streamline the development pipeline further.
That's a valuable skill to develop. Let's talk compensation. What are your expectations?
Given my experience and the responsibilities of this role, I'm looking at a range of $120,000 to $140,000 annually.
That's within our budget for this position. Do you have any questions about the role or our company?
Yes, I'm curious about your development methodology. Do you follow Agile or any specific framework?
We use a modified Agile approach, with 2-week sprints and daily stand-ups. We're flexible and always looking to improve our processes.
That sounds efficient. Can you tell me more about the team I'd be working with?
You'd be leading a team of 5 developers, ranging from junior to senior levels, and collaborating closely with our product and design teams.
Interesting. What kind of projects would I be involved in initially?
Your first project would likely be our new cloud security initiative, focusing on enhancing our encryption protocols.
That's exactly the kind of challenge I'm looking for. How does cloud tech support continuous learning?
We have a generous conference and training budget, and we encourage knowledge sharing through internal tech talks.
That's great to hear. What's the next step in the hiring process?
We'll be making a decision within the next 2 weeks. If selected, you'll have a final meeting with our CTO.
Thank you for explaining that. Is there anything else you'd like to know about my experience or skills?
I think we've covered the main points. Do you have any final questions for me?
Yes, one last thing. How would you describe the work-life balance here at Cloud Tech?
We value work-life balance highly. We offer flexible hours and remote work options to support our employees.
That's reassuring to hear. Thank you so much for your time and consideration, Mike.
Thank you, Emily. It was great meeting you, and we'll be in touch soon with our decision.
Dialogue 3. Mid-career professional applying for a project manager position in construction.
Good afternoon, I'm David, the Senior Project Manager at Buildwell Construction. Welcome to our office.
Good afternoon, David. I'm Lisa. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today.
It's our pleasure. How was your drive here? I hope you didn't encounter too much construction on the way.
The drive was smooth, actually. I noticed some of your company's signs on a few sites. Impressive projects.
Glad to hear that. So, Lisa, could you tell me about your background in construction management?
Certainly. I have a degree in civil engineering and have been working in construction for the past 7 years.
That's a solid foundation. What types of projects have you managed in your current role?
I've overseen a variety of commercial projects, including office buildings and retail spaces, ranging from $5 million to $20 million in value.
Impressive range. Can you walk me through your approach to managing a typical project?
Sure. I start with thorough planning, including risk assessment and resource allocation. Then I focus on clear communication with all stakeholders.
That's crucial. How do you handle unexpected challenges or delays in a project?
I believe in proactive problem solving. For instance, on my last project, we faced unexpected soil conditions.
How did you address that situation?
I immediately consulted with our geotechnical engineers, adjusted our timeline, and communicated changes to the client to manage expectations.
Good handling. How familiar are you with sustainable construction practices?
I'm quite familiar. In my current role, I've led several LEED certified projects and stay updated on the latest green building technologies.
That's great to hear. At Buildwell, we're expanding our sustainable projects. How would you contribute to this initiative?
I'd love to apply my experience in sustainable practices and perhaps introduce new eco-friendly materials and methods to further reduce our environmental impact.
Excellent. Now, this role involves managing multiple projects simultaneously. How do you prioritize and stay organized?
I use project management software to track progress and deadlines. I also have a system for daily and weekly check-ins with each team.
Sounds efficient. Can you tell me about a time when you had to deal with a difficult team member or subcontractor?
In my previous project, we had a subcontractor consistently missing deadlines. I scheduled a face-to-face meeting to understand the root causes.
How did you resolve the issue?
We identified some communication gaps and resource constraints. I adjusted our workflow and increased check-ins, which got the project back on track.
That's a great example of problem solving. What do you know about Buildwell Construction?
I've researched your company and I'm impressed by your portfolio of large-scale commercial and residential projects, as well as your commitment to innovation.
You've done your homework. What interests you most about joining our team?
I'm excited about the opportunity to work on more diverse and larger-scale projects and to contribute to Buildwell's reputation for quality and innovation.
Where do you see your career in construction heading in the next 5 years?
I aim to grow into a senior project management role, possibly overseeing multiple large-scale projects or an entire division.
Ambitious goals. What would you say is your greatest strength as a project manager?
I'd say my ability to anticipate potential issues and plan for contingencies, which has helped me keep projects on time and within budget.
That's valuable. And what's an area where you feel you could improve?
I'm always working on enhancing my technical knowledge, particularly in new construction technologies and software.
That's a good area to focus on. Now, let's discuss compensation. What are your salary expectations for this role?
Based on my experience and the responsibilities of this position, I'm looking at a range of $90,000 to $110,000 annually.
That's within our range for this role. Do you have any questions about the position or our company?
Yes, I'm curious about the size and structure of the project teams I would be managing.
Typically, you'd be overseeing teams of 15 to 20 people, including various trades and subcontractors.
I see. And what's the largest project in terms of budget that I might be responsible for?
We have upcoming projects ranging up to $50 million, so you'd have the opportunity to manage significantly larger projects than in your current role.
That's exciting. How does Buildwell support professional development for its project managers?
We offer regular training sessions, support for obtaining additional certifications, and opportunities to attend industry conferences.
That's great to hear. What's the next step in the hiring process?
We'll be reviewing candidates over the next week. If selected, you'll have a site visit to one of our ongoing projects.
Thank you for explaining that. Is there anything else you'd like to know about my experience or skills?
I think we've covered the main points. Do you have any final questions for me?
Yes, one last thing. How would you describe the company culture at Buildwell?
We pride ourselves on fostering a collaborative environment with a strong emphasis on safety, quality, and continuous improvement.
That aligns well with my values. Thank you so much for your time and consideration, David.
Thank you, Lisa. It was a pleasure meeting you, and we'll be in touch soon with our decision.